No matter what age you are, when you're thinking about changing careers, one big question might be, am I too old or not? Perhaps other people have been telling you that you're too old, or even worse, you keep telling yourself that you're too old. So are you? For this video, I've put together a checklist with 7 questions that you can go through to find out whether or not you are actually too old to change careers, so you can finally put that question to rest. After answering these 7 questions, you'll likely have the answer. And after answering all of these questions honestly, please let me know in the comments below if you still think that you are too old to change careers. Question number 1. Is there a fixed maximum age or not? This means by either law, regulations, or industry rules, you are not able to enter a certain career after you've passed a certain age. And there might be certain government jobs where there is a maximum age, or if you want to become a runway model. But in the case of the career that you want to pursue, is there really a non-negotiable age limit? Question number 2. If there is no written maximum age limit, is there perhaps an unspoken maximum age limit, meaning that after you pass a certain age, the industry will not be so willing to accept you? For example, you've turned 50 years old and you want to start social media marketing, or you are in your 40s and you want to start working in finance. There might be an unspoken maximum age, and if you start a career after that age, people might talk behind your back. And of course, there is such a thing as discrimination based on age, meaning that when you start a career at a certain age, people might assume that you would not be that good at performing that job simply because you're older. But in these kind of cases, you can always prove them wrong. Your only barrier is your guts, or the lack of your guts. Sometimes if you really want something, you just need to close your eyes and drill through the noise. Question number 3. Let's just assume that for this particular career, there is a typical age at which someone would start a career in that field. Despite this fact, are there any exceptions to the rule? Simply go onto Google and type in start a career in fill in the blanks, the career that you want to pursue at 30, 40, 50s, and so on, and you'll be surprised to see what you find. I just typed in famous people who changed careers after their 30s, and look what I found. For example, this astronaut by the name of John Glenn. He was the first American astronaut to orbit the Earth in 1962, but 12 years later, at 53 years old, he became a U.S. Senator in Ohio. To imagine that it is possible, it really helps to find examples of people who made it in that particular career at a later age. So after you found these, do you have any reason why you wouldn't be able to do the same? By the way, if so far you've answered no, I am not too old for a particular career that you want to pursue, please do let me know by hitting the like button. Let's go on to question number 4. Do you have the energy that is required to pursue this career? For this, you will need to find out what a typical day in this job or career looks like. What are the tasks? What are the working hours? How big is the workload? Do you have the energy required, and is it compatible with your life? People oftentimes assume that younger people have more energy. And yes, they might have stronger bodies, although even that is not always the case. But there are plenty of people in their 50s and 60s who have much more energy than people in their early 20s or 30s. But of course, you need to be very realistic about this, especially in terms of physical strength. Maybe at the age of 65, you won't have as much energy to change careers to become a travel guide who guides people through the Amazon jungle. I mean, I wouldn't have the energy. Answer honestly what toll it would take on your health. On the other hand, you might only be in your 20s or 30s and are planning to start a YouTube channel, but even in that case, you need to ask yourself, do I have the energy to do it? Question number 5. Ask yourself if you can keep up in the long run. You might have the energy to make the career change, but will you be able to perform consistently in the long run? Or will you be left behind your younger peers in no time? And again, there is no standard answer to this, and it not only depends on your energy levels, but also on your personality. Are you someone who is willing to keep on learning, are flexible, agile, and are a fast learner? If that is the case, then you will be able to outperform someone who is 10 or even 20 years younger than you. Question number 6. What is the level of proficiency or success that you expect to achieve? And here we need to look closer at the earlier question, which was, am I too old to change careers to career A? And break it down to become, am I too old to achieve X in career A? And this is what I mean. Here's an example. Let's just say that you want to become a professional chess player. You are 30 years old and you just started to learn chess yesterday. Can you become a professional chess player? Why not? I mean, it's certainly possible if you've got what it takes and you work really hard. Can you become a world champion or even national champion? Perhaps not. That would be really tough. And the only reason is that your other competitors would have had thousands, tens, hundreds of thousands hours of practice and experience behind them. And you, on the other hand, are starting at zero and it will be really difficult to catch up. But can you become a champion in your region or district? Perhaps yes. Or let's say you are 45 and you want to become an entrepreneur. Can you become the next Jeff Bezos? Perhaps not, although there are always exceptions. But can you become an entrepreneur who earns $10 million every year? That is very, very possible. So whatever your career aspirations are, you need to define the level that you want to achieve more specifically. Because only if you've defined very precisely what you want to achieve exactly in that new career, will you be able to answer the question, am I too old or not? Number 7, are there any harmful consequences to your life if you change careers now? And that is the true question. Take a hard look at your family, your health, your finances, and your relationships. Would changing your career now have any adverse impact on any of these? It is more a matter of your life circumstances at the moment rather than your absolute age. You could just be 25 years old, but you are $200,000 in debt. You are in a very toxic relationship and you have super high blood pressure. Then perhaps it's not a very good time to change careers. On the other hand, you might be 45. You have high energy, you're in good health, and your children are kind of independent, you have savings, you even have passive income, so this could be a very good time to launch a new career. So after going through this checklist, do you still think that you are too old to change careers? Please do let me know in the comments below. I'd really love to know. I hope this video was useful. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you again soon.